know that when he preached his first sermon up there, I heard it. And Woozy come running in the church with all them little snotty-nosed young'uns and sat on the front row to hear his first sermon. And I want you to know, he had been to a seminary or somewhere and learned big words and everything. And they told him, says, talk about at your first sermon about a mother. Everybody's got a mother, and you'll get their attention. So dude stood up there, and he was voted in as a deacon. And he sat there too, and we was listening to Willard's sermon. Now you remember Willard, he had every blessing we ever had at our meeting, or a few anyway. And he stood up there and he says, today I am so happy to be in this little mountain church. And he looked down at Woozy and all them young'uns. And he said, for many years I slept in the arms of another woman. And Woozy looked around at the people, and you know how she is. She got up and stomped out with them snotty-nosed children, and it shook Willard up so bad. He says, and for the life of me, I can't even think of her name. Oh, well, I got to go back to Grandma. We all met at Grandma's house, and if ever you eat at Grandma's house, she always had plenty on the table. She didn't have a lot of dishes, but whenever everybody got through eating, she cleared them dishes off, and on that little wood stove, she had that pot with hot water in it. She'd wash that dish and turn it upside down on her table, the silverware and all, waiting for the next folks that dropped in. And we all would go to Grandma's house. Grandma had long hair. Grandma Sudie had long hair all the way. And when she sat in a chair at night, she'd take a little washpan and wash herself off, comb her hair all the way to the floor. She didn't have a comb like we do, but she had a shell that had these little things out, and she'd comb it with a shell. Well, she had a lot of times, Harold Sexton was Auntie's boy, I believe. And, yeah, okay. He went into service. Well, when you went to Grandma's house, every picture in the house was of Harold. I mean, you'd have thought he was the city mayor, or he had fought that war by himself. There hung Harold's picture in all its glory. Well, we lost Harold at the table eating. He had a heart attack. We lost Uncle John at a picnic we had at Aunt Bonnie's house. I was there. And then Uncle Lee went to Florida, and he raised orchids down there. He met Aunt Della, married her, brought her home. You remember Janice that come to the reunion? Beautiful Janice. I loved her dearly. And he brought her up to Hendersonville and would sit like a tourist on Main Street with a little straw hat, white pants, and greet everybody. He knew everybody in town. Okay, Janice. We lost Janice. She was a fine little Christian woman. And Aunt Della made the best corn for the reunion. Aunt Eunice made the best potato salad. Another one would make the best beans and everything. It's my 5 minutes up.
Yeah, there's a bunch of tables.
You're 5 hours.
I'm 5 hours over, okay, anyway. I'm glad to be at Sexton. And you hold your head up high, because I've got one more thing to say to these.
Okay,
I'm older than these people, except for Buck. Buck is over me. But Buck, I found out in the register that we originated in Ireland in 1800, in Limerick, Ireland. Did you know that it took 5 Sextons to be the mayor of Limerick, but they got rid of all the Catholic there, and he became a mayor, and the king, the eighth, this is in the record, King VIII awarded him as head of all the Sexton. They were the royalist family in Limerick, Ireland. They had the biggest land, and they also were the kindest, sweetest people in the world. And I have a surprise for you. Give me my folder. I happen to have in my possession of memories and lies, but here is a picture of the royalty in Limerick. This is a picture of the royalty. Now, if you can pick out your relative and there, I'll let you have the picture. All right. Thank you all very much.
The Sexton.